Here we go.
Alright, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about soloing VanCleef and Smite in the Deadmines as a Druid for some of the gear that you want in here. So if you like this kind of content, be sure to leave me a like, comment, subscribe, all that fun jazz. We're just going to jump on into it. I can't take credit for having figured this run out. Some of the things in this run I did not personally figure out. I would give credit to whoever had, except I don't know who it is. So we're going to start out, we're just stealthing through everything. We're not going to fight any bosses other than Smite and VanCleef, so we're just going to stealth through everything. Raxor here, we're just going to go by him and open up the gate.
VanCleef paid big
and then
for
you
your
jump
heads.
over here behind this pipe, go into cat form, and this is a reset spot. If you don't go into cat form, that Defias Watchman will keep shooting you. So, yeah, you pretty much have to be in cat form for that, these guys to reset. Gonna move on through though, and that's pretty much how we're gonna get through all the gates here. I'm actually showing this run because I'm not level 25 yet. So on the I think it's Gilned, the goblin boss in the smelting room, this run will show you how to deal with it if you accidentally pull that boss, which can happen sometimes even when you're 25. So after I hit 25, a lot of times I manage not to pull him when I open that door now, but I still have some problems every now and then. So some of the things that you want to get from a run like this, I was doing this for Smite's hammer, and also the Blackened Defias chest armor is really good. There's a cloak off of VanCleef as well, the 6 agility and 3 stam, I think, which I still haven't managed to get, but that's just a few of the things you can get out of here. If you want to help, if you've got a buddy playing a rogue and you want to help them get a cruel barb, you can also have them stealth along behind you and loot that as well. Now this room is the one that, this is the worst room right here for doing a run like this, because the boss is right in front of the door, and if you aggro them, there's not a really good close safe spot where you can reset. So I'm pretty sure on this run yeah, see, I pulled the boss, so I just stomp them, go into bear form, and you run up, back up this ramp. If you stay on this little path I'm on, it makes the mobs take a weird path, and you'll be able to jump down without taking too much damage. Also, sometimes when you jump here, if you stay in caster form, the mobs will be able to hit you from up on top of that little walkway that they're standing on. So if you have to heal like I did, make sure you get back in cat form as soon as possible. Also, like when this happens and they don't really want to reset, you can climb out on this chain and get under them a little bit, and break line of sight, and that'll help them reset a little faster. I don't know why I'm not doing it. Well, either way. Eventually they'll reset it either way. I don't know why I went into stealth there. Now I'm gonna have to wait on the cooldown. But then you can jump onto this spot right here, stealth, and drop down. Okay, so once you pass that guy, it's fairly easy. That's the short part of the run, but now you're gonna have to do some clearing before Smite. I probably clear more than you absolutely have to do a run like this, but I tried it a couple times without clearing everything and ended up having some difficulties with it. So I just go ahead and clear just pretty much anything that might be a threat while I'm trying to fight the boss. Not even speaking about Smite, but VanCleef. I tried skipping Captain Greenskin a couple times and ended up pulling him mid-fight, which was horrible. So you might as well kill him. It's just more crap to the vendor. So right here, I swapped to my intellect set, my caster set, and I'm gonna be using the runes Fury of Storm Rage, Star Surge, and Sunfire for the actual fight. Now, you can stay in your feral set to clear the mobs right before Smite if you want, but I was having a little trouble where I was pulling more than I really wanted to fight at one time when I was trying to do that. So I've been going to my caster set and going ahead and clearing all of the mobs before Smite with my caster set here. And this spot I'm in here is really good for clearing these mobs. So you just, whenever they get close, you back down, just use Star Surge and Sunfire. Moonfire is really kind of a waste of time, but Star Surge and Sunfire will kill these plenty fast. The Moonfire is just if you have the mana for it and want to make this a little faster. I will say, if you're trying to kill Smite in this location, he has a ridiculously long melee range. So, yeah, it's not great. And also, he won't reset, or he won't run away. Like, you see how close that guy got? You have to run actually up on top of those boxes in front of me to stay away from Smite when you have him in this location. So it's not the best place to kill Smite, but I've had some weird pathing from Smite while doing this, and there's been several times where I've had to jump down in the water and come over to this location because he was, yeah, not being consistent with his pathing like I expected him to be. So this is a good backup location if you need it. This is gonna be, yeah, a lot of mob clearing. I'm not gonna speed it up. I'm gonna let y'all see exactly how long this takes. If you don't want to watch this part, just go ahead and skip forward to the part where I actually fight Smite. But this does take a while, but it is the safest way to clear all these mobs that I've found. And really, I don't know, I think you could probably do this at level 20. Really, only thing you need for this run is stealth. You really don't even need that good of a caster set. You know, my caster set that I'm using in this video is pretty bad. I'm talking about Robe of the Moccasin from Wailing Caverns. A bunch of just normal greens. I don't have any of the good caster gear from Shadowfang Keep when I'm doing this run. So just saying, you could do this a little earlier if you really wanted to. You might have some aggro issues on opening some of the doors if you try it earlier than this, but I mean, if you're just soloing it for gear for you and you die a couple times, I mean, the run sucks, but I mean, it's just your time that you're losing when you do that. So you need to clear, I think, three more of these pulls like this before you can actually use the rail for fighting Smite. You can use that rail to clear the last, I think, 3 mobs. Oh, talents. I will say, when I was doing this, I was full feral talents with the points added in to increase my stealth, make it harder for them to see me. So it just makes it easier to stealth through everything if you have those talents. But like right here, you can see my wrath just almost, I can just almost cast my wrath on these guys. So if you were balance talents, you could probably cast wrath from this location. It'd speed this part up a little bit. It'd probably make the rest of the run a little harder though, since you wouldn't have the better stealth. But yeah, I feel like I could actually clear these guys faster in bear form with lacerate, but I wanted to show this just because I feel like this is safer. If you pull too many here, it's not really a problem. You just have to keep them grouped. Yeah, this is a pretty good place for dealing with it if you end up pulling too many. These squall shapers, when they get low health, will actually run away. I've had them several times go over and pull the goblins on the other side there. So you need to be aware of that. If that happens, you just kill them the same way. It's not really a problem. But This spot, I don't think there's any way to pull these guys one at a time, so I mean, it is what it is. Still not a problem because of the location though, so. And here you can see, like, they can get a little separated. But as long as you're keeping your health up a little bit, it's not really that big of a problem. You might have to let the front one hit you once to group them up a little better, like I did there, but it's really not that big of a deal. There is some weird line of sight here. You'll take some unexpected hits every now and then if they get a little too close. Especially if you bring Smite here. You can kill Smite in this location, but it's he's a little janky when it comes to this spot. Yeah, it's pretty hard to get a Wrath cast off in this location though. Okay, so that's pretty much all of them you have to clear from this location. From here on out, you can use the rail where you actually fight Smite. This railing is really weird though. Also, the parrots do not like this, rail, so yeah, that's... And also, if the mobs get too close, like they did there, you just jump down, go through the water, and take them back to the other spot. You can do this with Smite as well if you have problems. Sometimes when I'm trying to get the stealth mobs that are with Smite down, I've had problems where I'm not paying enough attention and let him get too close and then end up having to drop down like that. So if he does get to you and you have to jump off the rail, it's not the end of the world. You can reset it, but I think that's why I wanted to show this fight a little more, just to show some of the problems you have when you're trying to do this. I really don't want to show you just the perfect run. I wanted to show you what can go wrong when you're doing it. And like Sunfire, you could do this without Sunfire if we're being honest, but I wouldn't want to do it without Star Surge. It would take forever because Star Surge is doing more damage on a 6-second cooldown for a ridiculously low amount of mana. I think at level 25, Star Surge costs 5 mana, which is the most it's gonna cost right now in phase 1. So you're always going to have enough mana to cast Star Surge. Or if you don't have enough, literally 1 tick of regeneration on your mana will be enough for you to cast Star Surge again. So yeah, it's way more efficient than Sunfire and Moonfire for killing all this stuff. And like I say, my gear here is pretty horrible. So if you can do it in the crappy gear I have here, that I don't think you would have any problems. And this is just showing the rail that you use to fight Smite and some of the weird pathing issues you get on it. So where I'm standing now, if you actually run forward on the rail, they'll turn around and come back toward you. Say they're not. But if you move forward, yeah, like that, he comes back. I haven't figured out the exact ins and outs of that just yet. Also, right here, I could be casting Wrath on this guy and didn't. If he gets so far away as well, it doesn't matter if you move forward on the rail, that he won't come back. He'll just go down into the water underneath to where he can hit you. But here's what I'm talking about. Like, I was farther back on the rail and he still came forward to where I was at. And that seems to happen every now and then. So now we're ready to fight Smite. You could probably do this without clearing quite as much as I did. But I found this safer, where if I mess up on Smite and have to drop into the water and reset him, I'm not pulling any extras from behind me that I hadn't cleared. One big thing on this, on the pull for Smite, I didn't do it that time. I didn't target the right mob. So the other one is still in stealth, and I'm not going to be able to target him until he gets right up on me. So that's something to keep in mind. You want to target the stealth mob on the left first. It's not a big deal. It's really not that big of a deal, because after I kill this guy, I'll just work on Smite. And once Smite hits the certain, yeah, see, I don't know why he does that, but sometimes it messes up. But yeah, all you do is you swim over to this other location in the water, climb up on top. I'm gonna mess up here and go on top of that, so he actually gets to hit me there. But same deal, you can just climb up on this rail and it'll reset his pathing. It's not that big of a deal. But sometimes he won't be you won't be able to get him to run past you without taking a couple hits when you're doing that. And the stealth mob is actually in the water underneath me there, which is really bad. So I'll let Smite run a little further forward. There, I saw the stealth mob down there in the water for a second. And she's back underneath me again. It's kind of a real problem. But you can gauge when you'll get Smite. Yeah.
You landlubbers are tougher than I thought. I'll have to improvise.
So he does the stun. As long as the stealth mob isn't in the water down there hitting you through the whole stun, you're fine. And here he comes. So I am able to get this mob eventually, and won't be a problem after this, but it is something that you need to be aware of. I really like that rotation right there. Just cast Wrath and Star Surge. It seems to work pretty good. And that's the second stealth mob, so now we just have to focus on Smite at this point. And I mean, I don't have a very good mana pool in this gear at all, so this is a pretty good showcase of showing that you can do it without, you know, very much gear at all. Literally 1 tick of mana regen is all you need to cast Star Surge. So you can eventually work him down doing this.
No, you're making
There's
me
the second
angry.
stun. It's really not that big of a deal to kill him like this, so it just takes a little time. And I suggest you get used to it, but because the chances are you're not going to get Smite's hammer on the first try. It took me probably 7 or 8 kills to get the hammer I wanted off of him. It's definitely not the most common thing he drops, so. There you go. I just picked up those gloves of the eagle. I think that's actually an upgrade for my caster set. Alright, so that's Smite. We're gonna go ahead and pull up the VanCleef fight now.
None may challenge the Brotherhood.
There we go. That's the pull. I will say on this fight, it is really important to go into bear form and swipe and knock the 2 mobs with VanCleef out of stealth. I'm skipping some and not showing you how much I had to clear here, but you'll be able to see it. How much I had to clear before I started this. So basically everything on this top deck here, or on this middle deck, and then on the top deck is what you need to clear. Also, I really like to clear Captain Greenskin as well and hit the 2 mobs with him, because I had some weird pulls from them in the middle of the fight. And yeah, it just didn't end up going very well. I ended up dying every time that happened because they'll run straight at you. So just take the time and go ahead and clear that. It's just
Lapdogs.
more loot for you to sell. And then this is all you have to do. Once you get the pull down on VanCleef, jumping back and forth onto this little ledge here is really all you'll have to do. Sometimes I have trouble getting all 3 casts off on VanCleef, but even if you just get 1, you'll eventually wear him down. There's some weird line of sight issues there that I really can't explain all that well. Yeah, that one was good. I actually got 3. all 3 casts in. And that one was bad. I only got 1 cast in, but...
Fools! Our cause is righteous.
yeah. Fighting Captain Greenskin is the exact same way. You do the pull the exact same way as well. It's not difficult. It's just, yeah, once you see how to do it, it's not a big deal. Once he gets low health and a little slower than the other mobs, you want to keep him close here. If he goes around, the other mobs will catch him. There was a weird evade I got there because I cast while I was in the air. I don't know why that happened. It wasn't enough for him to regenerate health, but yeah, that 1 cast didn't work.
The Brotherhood shall prevail.
And that's it. You just work him down. Once you've got VanCleef down, all you have to do is jump onto the water wheel and reset, which I'll show here. Yeah, jump down here and reset the extra mobs that were with him. You can also see exactly how much I cleared here to make this possible, but yeah, that's all I've got for you. So let me know what you think about it. Be sure to leave me a like, comment, subscribe, all that fun jazz, and I'll see you in the next one.